If you've been watching the news lately, you know the world is not a very nice place now. Between Nice in France, and Dallas, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the problems in Brussels,
Yes.
even the economic situation. There's nothing as stable anymore. And part of this whole scenario on the part of the perpetrators is to create fear in the hearts of people. Now, there are really three types of fear. There's a fear which actually is to some people pleasurable. And this is why horror movies and adventure movies are so popular, because people can feel fear in a safe environment. And there's the fear which is relatively normal, because if you have something seriously happen to you or your family, it's normal to feel a degree of fear. But then there's the fear which is irrational. Fear which everybody can feel to some degree, but many people feel all the time. They feel fear, anxiety, worry. It's a type of fear which permeates their whole life. You know, the Bible speaks a lot about fear. Fear is mentioned over 400 times in the King James Version of the Bible. But it's mainly used in two contexts. The Bible primarily says, do not fear. Be not afraid. Fear not. Or something similar. In fact, it said that is used over 150 times in the Bible. Fear not, or be not afraid. There are two cases, however, where it says you should fear. One in Matthew where it says, do not fear the person who can take the body, but fear him who takes both the body and the soul. And the other places where it says to fear God. Now, many people say fearing God means to respect God. But I think it is a little more than that to it. The problem is that we don't really portray God in his whole being. We don't portray God as the king and creator. We tend to portray him more like a grandfatherly type who loves everything, forgives everyone, ignores anything, and saves everybody. He's more like a Colonel Saunders than a king. Okay. And the angels aren't much different. The angels that we see portrayed are usually rosy-cheeked little babies with tiny wings and crackerjack harps, or else they're young female types with wings who sell Philadelphia cream cheese in their time off. And it says, if God be with you, who can be against you? Well, if this is God and his angels, then you wonder who isn't against you. See, people fear everything except God and the one who can take their soul. It's time we have to get back to showing God as he is. Not just a loving entity, which he is,
Yes.
but also in his other attributes of anger, of vengeance, of ferocity, of judgment. Because if we don't portray God as his entire being, then we're not going to have the respect for him that he deserves.
Yes.
And angels are not the little infants you see on Hallmark greeting cards. The angels portrayed in the Bible are huge entities, powerful and majestic.
Yes.
It says an angel in the defense of Jerusalem, killed 100,000 Assyrians by themselves. It was angels that surrounded Elijah with chariots and horses. It was angels that held back the four winds in Revelation. It was angels that stood across the sea and the earth. These are not little infants. These are huge creatures, powerful warriors. The book of Revelation, given by the Messianic Jewish people in their writings, portrays the throne of God in heaven as being surrounded by 7 of these majestic creatures, and portrays a picture which far outstrips that in the book of Revelation which we have. It talks of Gabriel, who's referred to God being his hero. Raphael, God being his healer. Uriel, God is the light. Michael, who is like our God. Suriel, the angel of the face. Symphopan, the angel of the resurrection. And Sigsagal, the angel of the name. If you get a picture of the throne in Revelation of these 7 majestic angels surrounding it, it gives you an entirely different picture of the majesty and power of God. And if this is the God we really serve, and his minions, the angels, then it's true. If God is for you, who can be against you? So, fear God, and fear the one who can take your soul. There are many people who don't subscribe to that. Many people don't worship any God. Many people worship false gods. Gods for whom there is nothing more than someone's imagination to back them up, not the evidence that we have for Jehovah in Christ. They should have a third fear, because they put their faith in something which has no basis in reality. And they should fear the very simple question, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? Fear God and the one who can take the soul, not the ones that we see today. And that's something we all can think about.